as a friend of Nicole Kidman, I got to know Tom Cruise quite well.
Yeah.
And I was in the video store, and there was like a, you know, $2.50 on sale special video on Scientology. So I watched it, you know.
Two of the most iconic movie stars of our generation, Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe, both have won Oscars, smashed box office records, and are known for their fierce, relentless pursuit of excellence. But did you know that their friendship once captured the attention of Hollywood, only to crumble under pressure in a series of dramatic events? We're diving deep into the truth behind the rise and fall of one of Hollywood's most talked about friendships. The untold story of Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe's relationship will shock you. The friendship begins. Before the drama, there was a time when Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe were fast friends. Their connection wasn't just professional, it was personal. Both at the top of their careers in the late 90s and early 2000s, they shared an unspoken bond. Cruise, the boyish heartthrob known for his roles in Top Gun, Mission Impossible, and Jerry Maguire. Crowe, the intense, raw talent who took Hollywood by storm with his performance in Gladiator, earning an Academy Award in 2001. At the height of their fame, Cruise and Crowe were often seen together at events, lending support to one another. Their chemistry wasn't just on screen, it extended into their private lives. At one point, they were even rumored to have considered collaborating on future projects together. Hollywood had its eyes on them, a bromance that looked like it could rival any movie plot. Early on, their friendship seemed like an undeniable force. Both were known for their intense work ethic. It wasn't just about partying together or showing up at premieres. They shared a deep, unspoken understanding about the grind of Hollywood. Both Cruise and Crowe spent long hours on set, demanding excellence from themselves and their teams, pushing each other to be better. Russell was one of the few actors who understood Cruise's perfectionist drive. Cruise, in turn, admired Russell's commitment to authenticity in his roles, his refusal to compromise when it came to delivering powerful performances. This mutual respect formed the foundation of what appeared to be an unstoppable friendship. At this point, Hollywood believed they were two of a kind, actors with a fierce ambition and a shared understanding of what it took to remain at the top of their game. But as we all know, success in the entertainment industry comes with its own set of challenges. The pressures of fame, creative differences, and personal conflicts started to take their toll on their relationship. The Mummy Project. Fast forward to 2017, and the two stars are back together, this time working on Universal's ill-fated The Mummy reboot. This project was meant to kickstart a shared cinematic universe, one that would bring together iconic Universal monsters. Tom Cruise was brought on as the leading man and producer. Russell Crowe was cast as Dr. Henry Jekyll, a role that would later be linked to the failed Dark Universe franchise. But trouble quickly emerged behind the scenes. Cruise, known for his controlling nature on set, took charge of the movie. As the face of Mission Impossible and a massive box office draw, Cruise demanded that the project meet his exacting standards, often clashing with the direction Crowe felt the film should take. Cruise, acting as both producer and star, was the driving force behind the narrative decisions, including rewriting parts of the script and having significant input on the action sequences. Insiders reported that Crowe felt sidelined during the production of The Mummy. While Cruise focused on his character's stunts and action-packed sequences, Crowe's role was significantly cut down, leaving his portrayal of Dr. Jekyll much smaller than originally planned. Crowe was reportedly frustrated, especially since The Mummy was intended to kick off the Dark Universe franchise, a project that had his involvement front and center. As the film's release drew closer, tensions between the two stars reached a boiling point. While Cruise promoted the film tirelessly, Crowe took a more subdued approach, leading many to speculate about the state of their friendship. The Mummy ultimately flopped, grossing $410 million globally against a $125 million budget, and with it, the hopes of a Universal Monsters shared universe were dashed. But the film's failure wasn't the only casualty. The once solid friendship between Cruise and Crowe appeared to be fractured, possibly irreparably. The collapse of the Dark Universe was only the beginning of the unraveling of their bond. While the creative tensions on The Mummy may have been the tipping point, there was another element that likely contributed to the downfall of Tom and Russell's friendship. Nicole Kidman. Tom and Nicole's marriage, one of Hollywood's most talked about unions in the late 90s, ended in divorce in 2001. What followed was a storm of speculation, gossip, and media frenzy. Nicole, a friend to both men, remained close with Russell after her divorce from Cruise, but what many didn't realize at the time was just how deep the bond between Kidman and Crowe had become. Crowe stood by Nicole, offering public and private support during her emotional struggles post-divorce. He was a rock for her during some of her hardest times. Though Russell never publicly commented on his relationship with Kidman, sources close to both stars have hinted that there was a deep personal loyalty that may have rubbed Cruise the wrong way. Cruise, who was still emotionally recovering from the divorce, may have felt that Crowe had chosen sides. The aftermath. While Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe's friendship might have ended, their individual legacies continue to thrive. Tom Cruise is still the king of high-octane action films, a name synonymous with Mission, Impossible, Top Gun, and some of the most daring stunts ever performed on screen. His dedication to pushing the boundaries of filmmaking is unmatched. But the personal toll his fame and drive have taken can't be ignored. Off-screen, Cruise's life is defined by his role as a father, a loyal member of Scientology, and an advocate for the profession he loves so dearly. But with each success comes scrutiny, and behind the glitz and glamour, there's always been a desire for control. The perfectionist nature that fueled his career also left many alienated, including his former friend, Russell Crowe. On the other hand, Russell Crowe has carved out a different path for himself, focusing less on blockbuster hits and more on roles that challenge him as an actor and a person. His career has evolved from the intensity of Gladiator to more diverse roles, and even into music with his band, 30-Odd Foot of Grunts. Crowe's evolution is less about chasing fame and more about authenticity. Russell, who once seemed like the Hollywood bad boy, has emerged as someone who cherishes his privacy. He's managed to sidestep many of the public traps that ensnare other stars, all while nurturing a reputation for being fiercely loyal to his friends, but also fiercely independent. The tensions with Cruise only made Crowe more private, leading to fewer public appearances with fellow stars, including his former friend. In Hollywood, the careers of both men have continued to unfold in different directions. Tom Cruise remains a megastar, still breaking records with his iconic Mission, Impossible films, and Russell Crowe's focus has shifted to more nuanced roles, taking on projects that challenge him as an artist. But the question lingers: how much of their potential was lost when their friendship fractured? Imagine a world where Cruise and Crowe teamed up again. With their combined star power and undeniable talent, they could have created cinematic magic. But sometimes even the strongest relationships can be disrupted by miscommunication, personal differences, and the pressures of fame. It's a harsh reality that many of us don't see behind the scenes. The fans' perspective. For many fans, the friendship between Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe felt like an emblem of the golden age of Hollywood. They were both larger-than-life figures, embodying the kind of star power that made us dream. As much as they gave us unforgettable performances, they also gave us a narrative we could root for. Two heroes of the screen, side by side, facing their personal and professional battles together. The fallout between these two giants left fans heartbroken. Social media erupted with theories, speculations, and personal takes on why they might have drifted apart. Fans still recall the days when they saw them interact effortlessly, and they can't help but wonder what might have been if their relationship had stayed intact. Many still hold out hope for a reunion. Perhaps one day they'll bury the hatchet and work together again. But for now, the world watches, waiting to see if these two cinematic legends can ever reconcile. Not just for the sake of their careers, but for the sake of their own personal journeys. The fans want it, and deep down, we all hope for the same thing. Two Hollywood titans coming together for one last ride, this time with a new understanding of what truly matters. But Hollywood, as we know, is often a game of timing, egos, and the right moment. Looking back. When we look back at Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe's careers, it's hard not to be awed by what they've both accomplished. Their films have defined generations, and their performances have transcended the screen, leaving a mark that will last long after they're gone. Despite everything, both men remain icons in their own right, but their fractured friendship reminds us that even the greatest of partnerships can face obstacles. Maybe their story is just another Hollywood cautionary tale of how even the brightest friendships can be lost to time, misunderstandings, and egos. Or maybe it's a story about two people who had their own paths to follow, no matter how hard it was to let go. In the end, maybe the real lesson here is that friendships in Hollywood aren't just about what we see on screen. They're about the people we become when the cameras stop rolling. Cruise and Crowe's friendship might have ended, but their legacy will endure. And perhaps that's the most important part of the story. As we close this chapter of Hollywood's rich and tumultuous history, we're left to ponder what could have been. The rise and fall of Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe's friendship may never have a definitive ending, but it's a story of ambition, betrayal, loyalty, and the price of fame. They may not be the best of friends anymore, but their stories are forever intertwined in the annals of film history. We've come to the end of our deep dive into the complicated relationship between Tom Cruise and Russell Crowe. But we want to know, what do you think? Can these two iconic stars ever find a way back to the friendship they once shared? Or are they destined to remain two ships passing in the night? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like and subscribe for more Hollywood stories. Thanks for joining us on this journey through one of Hollywood's most fascinating stories. If you loved this video, don't forget to check out our other deep dives on celebrity friendships, feuds, and everything in between. Stay tuned for more. And as always, Hollywood has many secrets. We're here to reveal them.